Hey guys, it's Michelle with Kushel Creations. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Today I wanted to share with you a project share with Country Craft Creations Seasons of Creativity October 2024. Yes, I said that correctly. I am going through all my past retreats that I haven't been able to finish and try to clear them out before I sign up for more, which ends up not really happening, but I do it anyways. So I was able to get some free time to wrap up all of the classes in the Seasons of Creativity. Now, Seasons of Creativity is a subscription. It's not a retreat exclusive to a weekend event. It's basically go at your own pace. You get basically 3 boxes a year, so 1 every quarter. And it is a option where you can choose one-time purchase or a renewal subscription where you get one every time it comes up. June just recently happened. Hopefully I'll have an unboxing of that one shortly. But if the June box is sold out, which typically it does once it's released, the next one will be for October, and you definitely want to get on that now if there's an option to purchase for the October box. And that won't ship out till, I think it's October. I don't know if it ships out sooner. I think it's October. So it's February, June, and October are the 3 times of the year that it ships out. You get 4 to 5 kits or classes. I don't know how you want to refer to them. One is essentially a grab and go kit, essentially for you to have everything inside you need to basically create, and that's what I'm going to show you first. The other 3 projects, or 3 to 4 projects that are in it, sometimes like the first one I got, which I already shared with you guys, I think I had 5. This one I have 4. So I think it just varies. I don't think it's a true count, but I think 4 minimum is what you're going to receive. Everything is given to you in written instructions. You have your own private Facebook group that you are a part of, so you can ask questions to the teachers and all that stuff. You can save the YouTube video of how to create it on your own private playlist, so you can refer to it later. So I really like it. This is my second box that I've completed. Although I have 4 complete boxes, I still have February of 2025 and again June of 25 to complete, which I'll share with that for you guys as well when I'm done with them. But yeah, so if you're interested, obviously there'll be a link down below. I am not affiliated with them, but I just wanted to share with you some of the fun things that if you are unaware of that are out there, and maybe this is something you want to try and see if you like it, by all means. So let's get started, because that's enough jabbering, right? So this one here is this cute little, I want to say the way this person, which the designer is Tiffany from Let's Get Scrappy, she kind of designed this as kind of like a card style folio. So a folio referring to a little mini album. And so you basically had everything in the kit to create. And again, this was back in October of 2024. So it was mainly themed around fall-ish vibes. Here in Central Florida, we don't get a true season of fall, but you never know. Sometimes you may visit someone, a family member or friend, or go on vacation where you do have that season of fall, and you may want to scrap it. So, or maybe you want to gift someone an album. So sometimes having the availability to already have something on hand to gift is so much nicer than running to the store, in my opinion, especially when it's handmade. So some of these I'm either going to do that, gift it, or I might just keep it, or maybe down the road when I reach capacity on my shelves, I might just sell them. I'm not sure yet, but this one says thankful for you. And inside we have this adorable palette of colors. I just think it's so pretty. Some of these I did have the capability of putting something underneath, so that way if a person did want to put a photo here, it doesn't cover the imagery, or they can cover it. It's really their choice. And then here we have these inserts, which are so cute. which I got ahead of myself. There's a flap before an insert. It's been a while since I went through this because I've been making them when I had time. So here we have a little pocket. And then here is where the insert comes in. And then you flip the page, and then this is just a cluster of scraps that we had in the class. I've learned that we all cut paper differently, so the scrap of paper may be completely different than the person designing the class. So just, you know, take that into consideration and don't be frustrated, because I was a little frustrated because I'm like, this piece needs to be wider, and why can I not find one that's wider? Because it just looks a little funny to me where all of these are descending in size and this one's just like little tiny little one. I actually made it where it's like a little pocket. Of course, I didn't have anything on hand to share with you. Let's just grab one of my business cards so it makes it easier. So this I kind of made as a pocket here, this one as a pocket, and I kind of left this little cluster of mushrooms open so you could definitely slide something in if you wanted to. Then over here on the right hand side, it's just a cute little 3x4 cut apart. And then here we have the same concept. This one, you have it slightly, so it's not glued down. It's only glued at the top corner. So you could definitely tuck something in there if you wanted to. I gotta feel to make sure if it's a pocket or not. I don't think this one is, no. But this I did I? Yes, I did. I did leave open. So basically doing something like this, you just put a little bead of glue at the bottom. And hopefully you don't want to put too much for it to spread. And then you have that option to do like a little tuck spot kind of concept. This one here, you definitely have a tag coming up. If I can get it out. And again, it's just using my scraps. I really like having a different style of hole punch versus the circle. I like this oblong shape. Ever since I got that tool, I've been like addicted to it. To me, it's just so nice. It's different. It's not your typical circle. So that's why I usually use it often. And then on your side, you have this cute little scenery. And then again, you just have your different options. This is another tuck spot here. And here's another scenery, and then you have another pocket, and then here on the other side, and then another scenery. And again, it's just really cute. And then here's like another option to come out, and then you have your little fox guy, and then that's the end of the book. So very cute, simple. It's not like a ton of space for photos, but it's not really supposed to be a full-blown album. It's just a little something to me to just, you know, I don't know, just like a brag book, I guess is really what I want to say. So with this one, this basically, and I'm going to kind of do this a little different where I'm going to do each folio with what's left over. So this is typically what a grab and go project would come in. It's going to be in a type of mesh bag. I think they're all different. I'm not sure if they're all tonic, but you do get a nice durable bag that comes with it. The instructions you will definitely have to print out on your own, but you can access through the private Facebook group. And so all the stuff that I have left over from this kids class, we got free tools in the Seasons of Creativity. I have not used them. I probably will keep them on hand for when I do need new ones. We also got a cutting tool. I already have one of these, so I just again didn't want to use it yet. And then this was pretty much everything that was left over. So I have little bits there. These are all my random cut aparts, which I'll probably just add into my bin of random paper. Here we have the flat back brands, all of the little acorn bits, and then all of the stickers. Now, what I've been doing is I've been cleaning my craft room. In case you are curious to know what do you do with all the stuff that's left over. Obviously, however your craft room is designed or what works for you is best. But what I've been doing is when I'm done with this, I will place my zipper bag in my pile of empty zipper bags for whenever I need something to grab and go to put things in it. And then I will look and see, okay, so this is Simple Stories, this is Acorn Lane. I know for a fact that I have this collection already. I will find it in my Calyx, I think is what it's called. Calyx with IKEA, my divider bins. And then I will add this to my zipper bag that has all of the Simple Stories. Now, I know I haven't shown you guys a walkthrough of my craft room yet, and that's because I'm really trying hard to clean it up to at least do the walkthrough, because I have little piles everywhere that are just driving me nuts. And I don't want to remove them. I want to be very authentic with you guys. So that's typically what I would do. But for right now, I just put everything together so I can share with you what I typically have left over in case you're interested or curious at that. These tools that I did not open that were a part of the retreat's gift, it's not a retreat, a Season of Creativity subscription box. We always get a free tool each subscription box. I have a section in my craft room in a drawer of additional scissors or doodads, and basically I just put them in there if they fit. Or I'll clean it out so I can make it fit if I need to. Or if I feel like I don't think I'm gonna need another one, then I have a separate area where I have excess items, where eventually I'm gonna do a giveaway when I hit 2,000, which I'm only 100 people away from. Where I want to sort things out and do a nice giveaway to hopefully multiple people, where they can have things that maybe hopefully they don't have in their craft room, that this would help them out too. So that's typically how I kind of do this kind of stuff, in case you're curious. So for right now, I'm just going to put this to the side, and then I'm going to show you the next class that I did. So this one was designed by artist Michelle Allen from Country Craft Creations. And not all of the design team members from Country Craft Creations does the Seasons of Creativity. I believe there's only 4 or 5. I don't know if they rotate, but you can have the same artist or do the same subscription box, or they have different artists rotate, and not each artist is gonna do the go bag and this one and that one. They all have their own talent, and so I like how you get the variety. And again, all these classes are exclusive to the subscription box, so you're not gonna find these videos or how to make anything that I'm sharing with you on their private YouTube channel. You're not gonna find it because it's exclusive. So this one is another autumn book, which is super cute, but it's bigger, as you can see. It's taller, and so I'll show you in comparison between the two. Kind of gives you an idea of scale, but this one is a little bit more of a moving parts. So you open it up, and I just love the color palette. Again, it's just like spot on. You have additional items that you can play with, you can add in. Here is a little fold apart, and what was cool about this one, you take out the 4x6, and it's just like a flat 4x6, and then you open it up. It's just so pretty. It's like something you weren't expecting. You didn't know it was going to be one of those tri-fold situations, and then you just put it down, and then again to close it and keep it contained, you would put the 4x6 down again. And then you have this little tuck spot where you can put your additional ephemera. And then on the right hand side here, you're gonna have a kind of like a pocket signature. So a signature is referring to, I would refer to it as a chapter of a book, or a section of a book. So just depends on how you want to reference it. I don't have any other better way to explain it if you're unfamiliar with it, but that to me is the best explanation. Here you have the opening that was bound by the ribbon, the twine. You have this cute little tuck spot right here. So adorable. And then you open this up. Can't remember how it went. Here we go. And then you turn this to the right. I'm telling you, I made these so many different weeks apart. And then I created a tuck spot. Now I did create the tuck spot here with an ephemera piece and a sticker. And you're probably like, well, why didn't it be completely stuck down? And that's mainly because I used, I want to say baby powder or cornstarch, and kind of just placed that on the back, and then added glue of where I wanted it to be put down. And then that kind of gives me that moving option where I can have more than just the sizes that I have in here. So again, just, you know, trying to think beyond maybe what the artist is showing you. I can't remember if this is exactly what she used, but I know it was a concept like that. And then on this side, we built this little cluster here to put the photo. And then again, it's a pocket. Like, it has a big gusset. Look at this sucker. Like, you could fit a lot of things in there. So she does give you the room to expand that with adding more product, or, you know, more ephemera that you have personally. And then we built these little inserts. So again, it just lives in there for right now. And then that flap goes down. And then we turn the page. And then as we turn the page, we have in this pocket that we created more inserts. And then we have this fun waterfall kind of concept where you can add photos. So it's definitely offering you the capability of expanding your real estate, basically, with additional options for photos. And then the second signature is exactly like the first one in regards to the concept. So here again, you have the flap, you have this cute little section for a photo, and then you flip this to the left. Again, a different type of scenery here with your inserts. And then we built another cluster. This is basically ephemera with a staple. That's essentially what it is. And then I glued it down. And again, in the class, the instructor does walk you through this. She doesn't just say this is what it is and you're done with it. You can ask questions if it's not self-explanatory, if what is being explained. But I think I want to say it's at least a moderate crafting level, in my opinion. But not to deter someone who is fresh and brand new to the industry, because again, they are very nice individuals to answer your questions if you have a hard time. But I would definitely suggest, in my opinion, to check out their website. They do have free tutorials on their website on how to construct a folio from scratch, so that way you can kind of get your hands dirty and wet before you dive into doing this with a paid subscription. So just a thought. And then when you flip it over, again, the exact same thing as the first one. You have additional cut aparts, you have a waterfall to add additional photos. So what is so far different from this one compared to the grab and go is that you are basically supplying yourself with your own chipboard. So the chipboard is what is the thick part of the frame of your album, constructing it. And the other thing you're also supplying is the colored background. So basically this craft color you see was what I had to provide for myself to complete the craft. What we receive in the box, and if you are unfamiliar with my walkthrough, definitely check it out, because I show you everything that we get in the subscription itself. You basically get the ephemera that you see here. You get maybe 1 or 2, 3 colors of like this brown. This was the brown that they provided. And then you get the twine, and then you get the cardstock collection. So you're getting that plus the instruction, plus the walkthrough of, you know, step-by-step of how to do it. So it's not just the instruction in a paper form and then you're done. You actually have videos, and it's not just one, they are multiple that you can review. Anyway, so on this side, you have the same thing as the front, where you have all of these fun cut aparts. And then when you move it to the side, it has the same opening option. Now this one, I was able to do another tuck spot, so that kind of adds to this portion of the side in comparison to the other one. And then you basically just close it all up. Now this one doesn't have a closure here on the side, but Michelle Allen did explain that you could do it if you wanted to. Obviously, you would just have to make sure that if that's something you wanted, the step to do before you lay down your cardstock. And typically we do the front and the back usually at the end, because I think that's by that time you kind of have an idea of what you want. So again, this was the class that gave me pretty much what I have left over here. And as you can see, we went through this sucker. I pretty much hardly have any cardstock left over, but I do have a few pieces of the ephemera. This was all the cardstock I had left over. So they did provide us with this red. They did provide us with this chocolate brown. And then these were the 12 by 12 stickers. You can see we went to town on them. This one, I do not have any of the collection on hand. So what I typically do in that situation is I do have a section that's not where I keep all my paper crafts, that I have all my stickers and embellishments organized by season or theme. And so with this being a fall theme, I probably will take this and then throw it into my fall bin for stickers, ephemera, and stuff like that that doesn't have a collection that it belongs to. And then all this paper, I probably will put in my bin that is just miscellaneous paper, and I kind of use that for when I am doing like paper piecing and stuff like that, or if I need a tag in a certain color. That's typically where I go to it. Do I clean it out often? I should, but I haven't, because like this little piece I will hoard. For what purpose? I don't know, because one day I might need a little strip of pumpkin. You never know. But I really should go through it more often. All right, so that is the second class. The third class that I did was this one, and this one was with Sandy Trufker. And this one was so fun. I actually just finished this one by adding the cute little flowers. So these flowers were from my stash. I actually found a bag of random flowers that I think I had acquired like almost a decade ago, were those paper flowers in the tubes. I don't even remember what company they were from. And I'm like, oh, and then I have some jemmies, so let me just mix them and match them. And I'm like, oh, these colors go perfectly. And I'm like, I'll just put it on. So I didn't really follow Sandy's exact front cover, because again, some of the materials that she has isn't what I have in regards to the concept, but it kind of gave me ideas of going through my drawers and figuring out what I have and what would work. And I'm not really a flower person, which is weird, but I have tons of flowers. Go figure. Anyways, so again, it's another album of fall, and this one's a little bit bigger than the other one. And again, I'll just share with you a comparison, and when I say bigger, it's more wider. So here is the height comparison. It's just a smidge, maybe like a 1/4 of an inch taller to the right versus the left, but then again, look how the difference is. Like that's almost probably 1.5 inches. So this one is very different from the last one you just saw. So as you open it up, again, very different concept. So what did I provide to myself to complete this? It is the chocolate brown base of the album, and then also the craft. So those are the two colors that I pulled from my stash, along with the chipboard. That is the base, the spine, and the back. And then everything else was provided to me from the subscription box itself. Sorry about that. I got a phone call and I couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. So what I was explaining was those were the two types of papers that I provided, and then everything else in the collection was given to me for the subscription. So here on the left hand side, you'll have two different styles of tags, and then you have this cute little opening. Oh, I see. This is what happens when you do things on different times. So that's pretty much like you have that fold out. These actually come out. No, yes, they come out. I'm a mess. So I have these that come out. They're just basically tucked in there, but you know, my nails doesn't let me pull things out apparently. So that is there, and then you have the pocket here, and the pocket is really designed with the tags to keep that in place so it doesn't move. Then what do we have next? Because I've already forgot. Oh, here you have a belly band, and the belly band gives has this little, I think it's what, an 6x6 insert. Oh look, I love my my sticky note. It has little inserts, and then you turn it to the left, and I don't even have space on my thing. I'm not sure why this wasn't matted, but this is supposed to have a mat. I guess I goofed on that one. And then here we have another mat, maybe because I ran out of paper. That's probably it, because I didn't have enough brown paper. Anyways, here in the middle is going to be our signatures, and we have 2 signatures. And the first signature is here. Now this little guy either goes up or down, and then you're gonna open up the flaps. And then here you have a waterfall to add as many photos as you want. So adding all those photos. I got another one with a little cat hair in there apparently. And then we fold it down, and then this would again go back up to lock that in place. And then here we have a tuck spot with a insert, and then we're gonna have another tuck spot with an insert. I am not doing good today, am I? So it just comes out, and nothing on the back, so you can put any journaling or photos or anything of the sort. And then you turn to the left, and then you have all this fun colors. Oh my god, it's so pretty. You have these inserts here. Again, is mainly designed, so this one is, isn't it? No, it's just thick. So this one here is your insert, but it has it where it has a little flap up, and then I don't think I have anything in here, but you just have the little flap, but it is designed to put something in there. It's a pocket, so hopefully you can see that. And then this goes down, and then here is another insert, so another pocket there, and then here is another pocket, and this one's a little taller like that. And then on the right hand side we have, let's see what we have. This one I think is just flat lay. I don't think there's anything of a compartment concept. And then we turn to the left, and then here we have a lot of inserts. So we have a tag, we have one that opens up, and then back here we have a belly band with all the additional 3x4s, and then we just stick this back in here. And then on this side, again, it's completely flat, and then we turn it. I don't know if it's in here, or if not, yes it is. So let's go back to the right. Oh look, another one I did not mat anything with. I dropped the ball completely on this one. And then we have another one that has an opening of a closure with the twine or the ribbon, and then you open it to the top, to the bottom, to the left and the right, and you pretty much can add as many photos as you want. So a lot to add. And then you have another insert here, and then on the right hand side here you have a flap of sorts. You have this one here that's really pretty with the pattern paper. You go up, and then you have, which it's supposed to be closed, so it would be like that. So you have a belly band here, and then you just slide it to the right or the left, it opens up. Then this flap will come down to add photos. This flap will go back up, and look, I did not finish at all. So this surprise would have been, again, all the additional large photo mats that would live in here that would be matted. And apparently I need to finish that. I should have checked it all before I did anything, but apparently not. So that is that. And then we close this, and I will close this, and then this is the back. It's just so, I love the colors, they're just gorgeous. So that is the third class. So in this third class, this is what I have left over. Again, not a lot. And you only saw the clearance tag on there because I recycle other bags when one decides to die on me because it opened or spread out or something like that. So here is the twine that I have left over, really a lot, so I can add that to my stash. And then I have one full sheet here. I think that's really the only full sheet I have left over. And then all of these colors that were provided to me. I think this was the brown that I purchased, or not purchased, I had on hand, and that's the brown I used, which I think it's a Michael's brown, but I'm gonna have to buy more in order to finish up those spots that I didn't finish. So I mean, again, not a lot left over, and it all depends on you if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I actually think it's a good thing for me because I have so many collections that need to be played with. And I hope to have these subscriptions to be able to make with them, create the item, and then be able to just do what I need to do with this and then go from there. Like this, I am probably not going to keep that. There's nothing I can do with that. So, you know, going through this like this, I will throw these out before I toss the other pieces in my bin. But sometimes I keep them on hand because you just don't know if you're going to need them. So I usually wait till the project's completely done, and obviously you saw it's not. So that is what I'm referring to. And just in case you've been seeing these are all of the instructions. Like I said, they go in depth of how to make sure that you're understanding what things are. As once you take one of the classes, it kind of like falls into a pattern. Each designer is slightly different, but they have the same concept, the same mold of how they create their classes. So to me, it's just once you get used to it, then it's like, okay, I got this. And of course, you see my classes with Vicky Boutin. They're all different, but yet the same. So hopefully that kind of makes sense to you guys. This one I saved for last because I think out of all of them, this is like my favorite one. I'm not gonna call favorites here, but I really like this one. So you may think to yourself, Michelle, this is not a folio, looks like a box. And you'll be like, is it? So this one was with the designer Kim Reynolds, and I hope I'm saying her last name correctly. This just like blew my mind. So again, the front cover, everything was provided except for the flowers. Those I provided on my own. And I think I got these at one of the Hobby Lobby clearances, I think the last year and a half or so. But you're ready? Okay, here we go. Now lift up. So here is my little album where we open it up and it gave you the illusion of a box. And in fact, it sort of is, but it's not. Okay, so here on the left-hand side, you have the stickers, and then here is my first signature. So they do not come out, they stay intact, but they're very multifunctional. So here we have the first two tags. So you have those flip out, and then this one goes to the left, and then you can add whatever you want. Remember, I have it where it's a tuck spot, so it kind of gives you the illusion that it's sealed, but it's not. And to get that black outline, I basically took this sticker and I just put it on top of black paper, and then I just fussy cut around it, giving it that offset. I think it kind of adds to it than if you just saw it there without the black outline, in my opinion. And then you flip it, and then you have this. Now again, what did I provide myself for this class was a chipboard, the black cardstock, and then the white cardstock that's blank. Everything else was included in the kit. And then here you have a tuck spot that you can add whatever you want. And then we close all this up, and then we put these like a belt buckle. And then we turn it to the left, and then we have this one here. So this one is a flap that goes up. And then is there another flap? No, there's not. But you have both of these here. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I left this open at the top. I'm not sure if Kim did in her video, but I'm like, you know what? You never know if you need another spot for an insert. And so I kind of left it there, but I didn't have enough. Did I have enough product? I gotta look. But I didn't do another insert. This one for me was a little tricky. I kind of waited, I think, till the end of when I had everything because I wanted to have the placement of the paper. But this one here at the top, you have 2 belly bands, which is very different. I've never seen 2 belly bands before. And then you have the inserts here with the tags. This one here at the bottom flips up. And then you have another pocket down here. And then this is also another pocket. And this basically was taking 3, I think they're 2x2s, and basically gluing them together to make a pocket, which I thought was pretty clever. So that's what that is, in case you were wondering. But you just have to make sure you don't glue it to the paper, because then you didn't do what you wanted to do. But yeah, and then here could also use a little bit of maybe a sentiment or something like that. But I kind of left it as is because I'm not yet sure how or when I'm gonna create with this, but I really liked it. And then you flip it to the left, and this one was kind of cool. So here are our tags, giving you those spaces for photos or journaling or whatnot. And then you go to the right and you have more tags. We're not done yet. And then we go to the middle, and then you open it up again. So this was another section that I had issues with my leftover bits. So a tip to give someone if they're struggling, sometimes watch the designer create. If it's a pre-recorded option, or even if it's live, just let them do what they need to do. Get a post-it note, make a note, hey, I gotta come back to this with leftover paper. And then if you're able to, go back to it after you're completely done. Typically, I do that from time to time when I want a pattern paper specific to a certain area of an album, but I'm not sure yet where the designer is going to put it, because maybe they put it in a spot that, oh, that looked better. So sometimes that's what I do when I'm making these albums. I like the creativity, what the designer is giving me, but remember, it is your paid class. So you do have creative freedom to do whatever you want to do. So just wanted to throw that out there. This I did not seal down because, again, it could go for a full photo or maybe just where the white is. I wasn't sure. So I kind of left it open like that. But again, I just thought this thing was just so neat. I just loved it. And then here on the right hand side is our third signature. And then this one was also kind of neat too. So we're basically using the 4x4 elements here that were in the collection, and we're gonna go up, we're gonna go down, we're gonna go to the left, and then we're gonna go to the right. And again, the same kind of concept. I definitely try to leave as many tuck spots as I can because you never know what's gonna be placed there, but I just thought it was so pretty. So this part here, and then down here, I loved it. And I love the little flippity flaps. And then you turn it to the left, and then here you have multiple pockets. Again, it could be that I just ran out of time. I'm not sure what I'm gonna give myself as an excuse. But there are pockets to add inserts or ephemera or whatever you want in it. This is a piece that is obviously glued to the inside pocket on the back end, so that's why I'm able to go this way. I glued it so I wouldn't be able to put anything in front, but it's kind of cool. It kind of gives you that illusion. And then here would be the base of your box or the back of the box, and you do have a little tuck spot, so I thought that was kind of fun. And then when you're done, This is hinged onto one of the sides of the box, and you pretty much just fold up your 4 corners, because again, they're not, it's kind of like an explosion box. And then you just, you know, cover it. And voila, it looks like a box. Look how cool. I love this thing. I think it's just so neat. Anyways, so then what did I have left over from this collection? Now I do have this collection in my stash. I think I have a lot of it. So this is what I have left over. And let's see, I have a little bit of twine left over, and then all of these stuff. I do have my own area of all of these, which I have no idea if I'm ever going to use them all, but I have them for you never know when. And then these are the pieces left over. I have definitely a lot still left over of the floral bits. A little bit left over of the page pieces. This was my 12 by 12. And then this pretty much is what I have left over of the collection paper. I think it's only one full sheet. Yeah, just one full sheet. Everything else are just scraps. So that is pretty much it, guys. And then if you do have any questions on the albums that I shared with you or anything about the subscription, let me know. You could definitely reach out to Country Craft Creations directly. They will answer your questions as well, because obviously they are who they are. Again, I'm not affiliated with them, so I am just giving you information from my own personal experience. And again, if you are unfamiliar of this subscription box and maybe this interests you, you might want to check them out. So if you did see the first box that I did, which I believe was June of 2024, I did a project share with that earlier this year. You would know that, or will know that they were completely different, not just the collection, but the make itself. So I stress that because to me that's important. You know, you are paying for a class, and if you're paying for a class as a subscription, you definitely don't want duplication, right? You want a different thing every time. So if it's a one-time event for you, I am grateful that you even tried it, and thank you, because I really love supporting the small businesses. But if you are going to do a subscription, at least you know it's not going to be a reoccurring make every time. So anyways, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you on the next video. So take care. Bye.